C'est peu dire que Philadelphie est une ville qui compte pour Bruce Springsteen. À quelques encablures de son New Jersey natal, c'est ici, en 1974, qu'il se produisit pour la première fois dans une arène avec le E Street Band. Philadelphie, il en chanta plus tard les rues, pour le film de Jonathan Demme. C'est encore à Philadelphie que le 4 octobre dernier, il prononça son magnifique discours en faveur du candidat Obama. Philadelphie, enfin, c'est là que nous l'avons retrouvé les 28 et 29 avril dernier, malgré les menaces que faisaient planer les premiers signes de l'épidémie de grippe porcine. Nouvel album, nouvelle tournée, nouveau président, l'amour, la politique, le temps qui passe, autant de raisons de faire le point avec un homme et un musicien remarquables.
So, Bruce, you know that because of the swine flu, visitors were told not to visit the US. And
really?
Despite the warning of my government, I took the risk.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I risked my life just to come over to do this interview.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot about it, and I do touch about 10,000 people a night. So I'm hoping that, you know, I'm being watched over, but we appreciate you taking the risk.
Thank you very much. You don't snooze, you don't snort, you don't cough. You feel good?
So far.
Okay. Still, I will stand.
Stay back. Just stay back. Last night had to be one of the best U.S. crowds we've ever had, period. That was like a European crowd. The noise and the intensity. You know, I think the band is getting better, but the audience is getting better too, because we're getting a lot of new generation fans.
How many times have you seen him on stage?
About 15 or 20. 5.
Only 5?
Her 15 or 20. She touched him. And I'm going to touch him tonight.
Hey now.
How different is it to rock an audience when you're 59?
No different. It's no different while you're doing it. It's different later. It's different when you stop, you know. When you're doing it, I don't feel any different than I did when I was 25 or 35. The pain tends to, whatever pain you're having disappears. Adrenaline, exaltation, the bliss of the communication, the excitement of people's faces. I spend my night looking into people's faces. That's what I do out there.
We take great pride in turning arenas and stadiums into clubs, you know? That's why we waited to do the Super Bowl until we were allowed to do it our way, where the people came up front, you know? You never saw that on a Super Bowl before, you know, where they were able to interact with the crowd, you know? So you play to that front, whatever, a few hundred or 1,000 people, like tonight, and like a club. You're playing to a few hundred or 1,000, you know, so it's the same thing.
I like arenas. I like stadiums. I like playing in small clubs. I like playing for people. As long as somebody's just listening and enjoying it, and it's helping somebody's life, you know. That's what it's all about. Turning people on and making people feel better.
And I just look for that thing that says, you're lighting something in me. You know, what you're doing is lighting something in me. And that thing is giving me joy or hope or makes me want to dance or making me feel sexual. Or who am I lighting something in? And it varies from song to song. You'll start a song and boom, this person catches on fire. Just start something else, bang, that person catches on fire. You know, I go into the wrestling, like I say, it's a little girl singing every line. I'm singing it, but really, tonight she's singing it, and I'm watching her sing it to me.
Have you ever seen a one-legged man trying to dance his way free? Have you ever seen a one-legged man and you seen?
the band has become this multi-generational phenomenon here in the States and in Europe too, you know, where every time we go there, there's a new line of 15-year-olds up front, grandma's in the stands, and everybody else is in the middle somewhere, you know, I like that a lot. My favorite performers, Pete Seeger and Woody Guthrie, they made children's records, you know, it was supposed to be a uniting multi-generational experience without losing your edge or your toughness or what you bring, you know, and it can be done.
Renouvellement des générations, parlons-en. Une des surprises de la tournée, ce sera le remplacement pour quelques dates de Max Weinberg, batteur historique du E Street Band, par son propre fils Jay. Élevé à la baguette et vieilli en fût de grosses caisses véritables.
Jay,
Yeah.
I want to know how it feels to find yourself right in the middle of those guys on stage in front of an arena like this.
Yeah.
You're 18.
I'm 18.
With one of the biggest and oldest bands in the world.
It's amazing. I mean, I've grown up with this band for like 10 years. It's just been the best. I mean, they're my favorite musicians and they're great people. And it's just like, they're the best teachers you could ever. Excuse me.
You have the flu?
No, I don't. No, I don't. They're the best teachers you could ever ask for.
And as a drummer, were you influenced by your father's drumming?
Absolutely. Yeah, the people that influenced him, you know, he raised me on listening to, you know, Keith Moon from The Who, Charlie Watts from The Stones, Buddy Rich, Gene Krupa, Max Roach, like all those kinds of drummers. And he also brought me into, you know, all the drummers that I'm into now. I think my style is probably really derived from my dad's way of playing, whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
I mean, we had two young guys the other night. They're going crazy in front all night. And I'm pointing to them. They're in the back, and I'm pointing to them. These guys are going nuts. At the end of the night, I'm driving home. I look out my side window, and I see the two of them running alongside the car at about 30 miles an hour. They're probably like 15, you know. They can do it, you know. You know, and it was just, to me, I realized we are going to have an audience that outlives us, you know. We now have an audience that will outlive the band in the room already. That means we've done something our entire lives that will now stretch on beyond our lives. There's something about that that's very satisfying. Just check the end. 2, 3, and 2. Maybe there. 2, 3, 4. But I think part of it is that the band continues to take the job as seriously as it did in 1973. Except it's better now. It's actually better. The depth of material. We play music that spans, you know, almost 40 years, 35 years of work.